Hey everyone, Sweaty Zeus. So the goal is going to be to get to this vestige, which is going to be blocked. There'll be an Umbral entity in front of the door. It's the one at the top of the lift after Sunken Skein. But yeah, right over here, it's going to be a Umbral entity where you got to flay the guy, and that'll get you in that door. But you have to work your way past the Light Reaper and Andres of Ebb, which that will be in the prior episode. So what happened here is we're going to divert, and there's two different endings, and this playthrough in this episode is going to be the Umbral ending. So if you're doing that, just keep following this episode. The prior episode is what you do if you want to do either the Radiant or Inferno ending. So anyways, just wanted to make that distinction. There's some things I say in here which I hadn't recorded the prior episode at the time. I added it in later. I just wanted to say that before we start. So yeah. Alright, so this is the spot I was talking about way a long time ago. After you get through Calrath, I already killed the Light Reaper on this playthrough. And I tried to record me fighting him on the walkthrough prep to add through here. And I guess I lost the file. Now I'm going to die to him here, so I'm just going to let this play through so I can get out what I got to say, and then I'll go through strategy in the second attempt. So when you get to the Light Reaper, Andres the Ebb, if you've done his quest like we have up to this point, if you die, you'll be able to summon him for the fight. And if you do, he'll actually run and leave you once the fight starts. So, when you fight the Light Reaper here, which will be your final time, you'll actually have to kill him, and it'll be the first chance to fight him where you don't. If you die, just continue on. You'll actually have to get past him at this point. So, yeah, there's a parasite he'll have attached to him. If you get rid of that before the fight, it'll make it way easier. It's really hard without it. So basically when you come in from the other end, like that shortcut, we'll have to come in from the shortcut like we went to get Andreas's little stigma where he's running from the iron Wayfarer, and then you'll just kind of run backwards to that big arena that all the dogs and the ruiner were in real early. Well, the first time we came here, probably halfway through the game or so. And then right before you get into that arena, there was a chest before that you had to go into Umbral and go up an Umbral ladder to get to that had the Calrath Guardsman armor in it. And right next to that will be a one of those in Umbral guys. It's like you've got a flay, and it removes the Umbral entities, So you flay that, and then that'll get rid of his parasite. And then when you go into the fight, you won't see the parasite next to his health bar. It'll be way easier. So, and then if you die, Andreas of Ebb will be there for summon. You don't have to summon him for his quest, but like I said, he'll run away during the fight. Light Reaper's the same as before, just he's going to be way easier to kill this time. You weren't really supposed to kill him the first several attempts, but it's possible. And then once you leave, Andreas will attack you, and he's kind of a tough fight. You fight him in a real small, tight area, and then anyways, once you fight him, you'll get his armor, his sword, all that, and then if you continue on a little further, you'll get to this save point that we started from here, right here where the Iron Wayfarer is. So anyways, for dealing with him though, he's pretty easy. You just want to back up, get distance. He'll kind of glitch sometimes where he just stands there and looks at you. Makes it easier. But when he slams his hammer, even if he has range, it's got distance on it, so it'll light the ground on fire and explode under you, so just keep backing up. I would have probably some burn status cures ready, or ignite, I can't remember which one it is. You see, he keeps lighting us on fire. He gets nuts though, look at this, he can't even see what he's doing. Oh gosh. I definitely fight two-handed, because you don't want to hit the walls, which is easy to do in here. should be able to get a critical on him if I can get a chance. There we go. But yeah, the main thing with him is just whatever you got to do tons of damage. If you have Lucent Beam or whatever, just mow him with it, because he'll keep coming once he gets down to the end of his health. So we just picked up Adir's rune before we open that door. Before we open the door, we'll want to come back here. You can put the Light Reaper's Umbral Parasite in. You can do this before or after. We need to go get the Withered Rune of Adir from Mother's Law. Because once you use the Rune of Adir on that door, you're locked out of the Umbral ending.
To the care of this unworthy servant.
He's going to tell us now. Got to get 4 Umbral Parasites in here.
Joy at finally bearing witness to the makings of an Umbral paragon, one blooming as Umbral itself will.
So we've got this one we need to fill over here too.
Appropriated offspring, my abiding faith. Instead, joy, one blooming as Umbral.
So the next one's going to be the Iron Wayfarer. We've got to go get his Umbral Parasite. Luckily, since you're here with me, I can tell you right where he is. You don't have to just endlessly search for him. So, if you remember Drustin, we met him the last 2 times we met him. We were able to give him aid. We could light a fire for him and give him a berry the time before that in Calrath. If you did both of those, we'll have a final meeting with him inside Bramis Castle. But if we didn't, if you go to Fief of the Chill Curse and you're walking down that main pathway there, his hammer will be laying there and his outfit, I think. So we got to go back in here, which we're going to go, that's where the Iron Wayfarer stuff is too. So that's where that'll be if you didn't complete that. So when you get here, hand over the Rune of Adir to the Putrid Mother. This is a point of no return for your ending. If you're going to do Umbral, you need to hit yes. Otherwise, you go open the door that we were at where we fought the Iron Wayfarer and open that door. And yeah, that's it. So you see those little things off in the distance, the NPCs that we get inside the seed pods will end up here. Alright, so we can exit now, that's it. We just needed to get the Withered Rune. And now you can open that door, remove that big black thing at Bramis Castle where we just fought the Iron Wayfarer. So we need to go to the Fief of the Chill Curse now, get the Iron Wayfarer's Umbral Parasite. I think some of these things you can do a little different order, you know what I mean? Like, you could go get the Umbral Parasite from Iron Wayfarer and then do this. But, you know, I just know this is the order that works. So, this is the way I did it before. Alright, so Fief of the Chill Curse. If you go straight out that door over there to the left, behind a cart on your left will be, on that path will be Dresden's hammer, which is the guy that was looking for Melchior. We had to light the fire and get the berry I just talked about. But if you did help him like we did on this playthrough, the 2 times you met him after the first, one here and one in Calrath, then we will meet him in Bramis Castle when we get inside, and we'll get all of his armor and his hammer and you know, everything he has. So but if you don't see him in Bramis Castle, just remember to return to that path right before we went up the ladder here when we first got in. So we're gonna just keep continuing down this path till we get to the little cliff overlooking the valley, and that's where the Iron Wayfarer will be. We'll get all of his armor and equipment. Already got his hammer, but he'll get his full armor set, which will be nice. I guess the first person who found him was just running around until they saw him. And he's only an Umbral too, so it'd make it hard. Alright, so you use the Withered Rune on him.
Well, no
I'd already got here and talked to him before. I did it in the wrong order and forgot I had to go turn the Rune of Vadir in at Mother's Law first, so that's why he didn't go through all his dialogue. But he said, you see, it has good physical resistance on all of his stuff. But yeah, normally he should give you more dialogue before that, but I came here first and then remembered I had to go give the Rune of Vadir to the guy inside Mother's Law first. So I cut that out. So, but otherwise, yeah, just keep talking to him, and then you'll get a chance to use the Wither Rune of Vadir. Here's his armor set. We just look like a skinny version of him. But anyways, I'll go ahead and warp back. Alright, so I'll cut that out, but we've got his armor set on now. It's pretty cool looking once you go through the tinks on it. It kind of colors its cape and all that. So, like I said, if you turn the rune in inside Mother's Law, you can now open this. Otherwise, if you didn't, when you interact with this, it will lock you out of the Umbral ending. So this is a real point of no return. Just make sure you've decided which ending you want to do. It's only going to lock you out of Umbral or into Umbral. If you don't know between Radiance and Rogar, then you just ignore the Umbral and use the red rune you get from the Iron Wayfarer on the store earlier. But that has to do with the beacons, so you've probably already made your decision there. Alright, and welcome to Bramis Castle. We won't get too far into it on this episode, but alright, there's going to be a dog on the left here, and a mangler. He just sat down. Okay. So, manglers, once they get inside the castle, they're going to be pretty gnarly. You're not going to want to... That's one of them there, the ones that act as they're on fire. Or no, sorry, that's a dog. I think there is one back here, though, isn't there? Somewhere. Yeah, that's one there. If they hit you with their axes lit up like that, they do tons of damage. So, you can see there, he took half my bar. So just don't mess around with them, ignore them, take them out immediately when you see them. Alright, so we got to get inside there. Here's our little shortcut. Kind of a tricky little area, but we need to... Oh, we'll have to drop down in there, so we'll have that for a shortcut. Come up here just a little ways and be ready. A proselyte will come down at you. Alright, we're going to continue around this way. This is going to overlook that door I just showed you. And this is going to break over here on the next one. And we'll have to go into Umbral. But go over here. You can see there she is. The Womb of Stillness. Or the what is it? The Womb of Despair. I keep calling them Womb of Stillness over and over. Getting them mixed up with the Bringer of Stillness. So we'll have to drop down. Doesn't look like we have any way we can get across. We gotta pull this, which will give us enough room to clear, to jump. And then we just open the shortcut door and head out of here. So if you fall making the jump, you can just run back around. Regarding the Umbral ending, by the way, you don't have to. You get Gerlin Seed Pod. You don't have to use that until you get all the way to the very end. So if you want to keep buying her large shards, I recommend you don't use it on her yet. And then especially if you gave the rune tablet to her, obviously you don't want to kill her yet because she's your only source to upgrade. We'll go over here and drop down this shortcut ladder, which leads us back to the beginning of the area. And in here I think we have the axe. Executioner axe, yeah. I used this in my first playthrough, really liked it a lot. Got a seed bed here for a point if you need to rest. I'm gonna wait since I've got 8 charges left, and then we can exit Umbral right here. But yeah, the guy in Umbral tells you to use the seed pod on Gerlin first, and then do this stuff with Malhu and getting the Umbral parasites, but you can actually do it in the reverse order. So you don't need to deal with Gerlin until we need to get Melchior too, because we have to get Gerlin before Melchior, and Melchior will be the second to last of the people we have to use the seed pod on. So I'll keep secret who the last one is because it's kind of interesting and surprising until we get there. Actually, I'll go ahead and say it, but I'll just say spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1. It'll be Malhu. So he'll sacrifice himself. Alright, spoilers over. But, yeah. Anyways. And they'll all go into that Umbral area. It will actually flay them all to get across the area to the, the mother, or whatever they call her, the putrid mother. So, we had to use Damarosa's seed pod because we're doing the Umbral ending. But if you did not, she will be right up here ahead as a boss fight. I think whether you did her quest or not, I think she'll be here as a boss fight. So there's over that way, going to be a quintessence. And then, like I said, as soon as you walk in here, Damarosa will come out. And you can fight her. She'll drop her weapon, which is pretty cool looking. I don't know how good it is. Umbral scaling. We'll go ahead and go up here and get the next seed bed before we go get the quintessence. Might get the quintessence in the next one, because we're kind of running out of time. But it'll be in that area I just passed if you want to get it before the next episode is out, I'll just run back over here. I always feel like there's something hanging on a body in here, but I don't remember. Like, I thought I remembered one in my first playthrough, but I couldn't find it in my walkthrough prep. Like I said, over there is the quintessence. You'll just flay the thing to get across, and then head up the ladder. There'll be a mendacious visage. I just didn't want to risk fighting him before we get our save point, which is going to be right ahead in here. Go ahead and throw that down. And then in through here, you can kind of see Bramis Castle proper, which is a real interesting level. You can see it used to be a castle. It's all on fire and lava everywhere. It's prototypical video game end. So look forward to it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sweaty Zeus, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Later.